Hey everybody, I'm Sandy. Not only am I a prime truck driver, but I'm also a weekend. A lot of people don't know what a weekend is. It's somebody that's centered with the earth, the air, and everything around me. I love being a truck driver. Prime drivers are one of the best, most prideful drivers you see on the road. You can tell by looking at a prime driver the pride they have in their trucks. How prime gives us the responsibility to be able to take care of our people at home. The way we decorate our trucks, it shows how we are so prideful in the company that we're with. It gives us independence. It also gives us gainful employment. Well, you can be employed as a company driver or a lease operator. But company is great. A lot of people have negative things to say, and those are people that aren't hard workers and just don't want to really apply themselves. If they can't apply themselves to this, then they can't apply themselves to nothing. Matt, stop it. No. Ready to go back to the truck? Hey, baby. Come on, mama's baby. Your mama's baby ready to go back to the truck. Your mama's baby ready to go back to the truck. Like I said, you got to get off that truck. You can't just stay in the truck. You got leaves in your hair. Being on the truck confined all day is unhealthy for anyone. And if you don't get out and just enjoy yourself, you're going to get depressed and go home. You didn't give up so much in your life to start this career just to get depressed and go home. So get out, talk to people. Like I said, it's not just a job, it's a lifestyle change. You got to embrace the life or give it up. A lot of people say a lot of bad things about crime, and it's really crazy because you are the master and captain of your ship. If you're not making the money that you want to make, it's because you're choosing not to run hard. You can always turn down a load that's not paying enough revenue and wait on one that will. And trust me, they will lowball you in the beginning. But just as long as you know your mind and you know what you want to make, it's not hard. It's easy to make money at Prime. We get a lot of complaints about the company, but that's people who are lazy and just don't want to work at all. They come to Prime to get their CDL thinking that it's going to be easy, and it's not. You got to really know how to manage your company. And if you can't manage it, then you're not going to make money. You got to be a hard worker. You got to learn how to manage your books. Just like any business, if you cannot run a business, you can't run a truck. And it's better to go company and get paid by the mile. But if you want to be a successful lease operator at Prime, you got to know the fuel costs. You got to know the markets. You got to know what a freight is good at, what a freight is bad at. You got to be willing to turn down the load that's going to send you in a bad area just to go to a good area. Or you got to take a crummy load going to a better area just to move yourself from a bad area. But you got to learn these things. It don't just come on day one of being in your own truck. It takes time and commitment. This isn't just a career, it's a way of life. And if you are not ready for the lifestyle of a trucker, then give up now and go home. Because home is not something you're going to see a lot. To make good money, you got to be willing to run and be on the road. Like me, I'm missing Christmas with my family because I'm going to be on the road running. I want to make money. I want to continuously make money. I went home for Thanksgiving. I chose a holiday. And that's what I did. And so now I'm going to be out for Christmas. But I'm going to make good money. I'm not going to run stupid. I'm not going to run places for pennies on a dollar. If it's not paying, it don't make sense. I don't accept loads that don't make sense. I don't accept loads that I'm basically paying to deliver freight because it's not making any money for me. And I won't do it. I'm in this business to make money. And if it don't make money, it don't make sense. I love being a lease operator at Prime because I'm really able to dictate how much money I'm going to make. If I want to make more money, I can choose to run and run hard. Or if I want a slow week and I want to relax a lot, I can choose to turn down the loads until I get one that I would like. Being a lease operator at Prime is really the best choice I've made so far. Every now and then, you got to get off that truck. You got to get out and have fun. You can't just spend your whole day on the truck. It gets boring, it gets depressing, and it's unhealthy. Staying confined in that truck 24/7, it's not good for anybody. Especially me being a solo driver. So I like to find the loves with a dog park so my babies can run around. And so I can get out and have fun with them. It's really... Happy holidays to all the truckers on the road. From me and mine to you and yours. Have a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday. Hey guys, I'm Sandy and I am a trucker. One thing I love about being a trucker is I'm able to be the boss of my own business. Only at a company like Prime can you really be your own boss. You get to pick and choose your loads. It's not really a load choice program, but you have the authority to turn your loads down when you're in the lease operating program. This is Sandy, and I'm doing a video about my truck today because I've been having issues with my truck, and I went to a Love's and I had the guy check up under the hood because I had smoke coming out my truck. Now it was raining, and so he checked the oil and he checked the dipstick, but the thing is he had me start my truck before he did it to see if he could see it smoking, and so he checked my oil while my truck was running, and I didn't think that was the proper way to check your oil. I always thought you had to turn the vehicle off to check your oil because I thought that when you check it in your car and if the car is started, it makes the oil move and jumps on the dipstick to make it seem like you have more oil than you have. But the Love's guy checked my oil while my truck was running, and it just didn't seem right. It seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. That wasn't my first experience with a Love's. When it got cold and it was snowing and it was about 22 degrees outside in Minnesota, I had spent the night at a Love's, and the next morning I went and threw the tire pass because my PSIs went low on my truck, and the guy put air in my tire. He overfilled the passenger steer tire and he underfilled the driver's side. He also did not put the cap on right, and when I got 50 miles from the Love's, the air in my driver's side was down to 55 PSIs. And so I pulled over, filled it back up, and I put the cap on right, and I didn't lose any more air pressure. So that made me realize that Love's truly didn't know what the hell they were doing. And now after this guy just checked my oil with the truck running, I'm 100% sure they don't know what the hell they're doing. Hey everybody. So like I said, I've been having problems with my truck. And so now I am going to look up under the hood myself and check my own oil to see what's going on, because apparently the Love's guy didn't know what he was doing. Now I'm kind of short, so when I open my hood, I have to open it a certain way, and you're about to see. From the front, so I have to open from one side and push because I'm too short to get it. Now, I see my fluids are full, but I can use a little windshield wiper fluid. But the oil dipstick is on the other side. Now, as you can see, it wasn't what the guy told me it was, but it wasn't all the way empty also. Hey everybody, I just went and got a reserved parking receipt that they told me to hang in my window, but they didn't have any tape. So this is what I use, a little glue. This is actually what I use on my lashes. I put a drop on it, and then I stick it to the window. I hold it there for a second, and there it is applied, and it will stay. And then when I take it off the window, the only thing I have to do is basically rub it between my fingers, and it comes off. A hair tip that's used for, guys, as I'm sitting here at my shipper waiting to get loaded, and I kind of cheated with this one. It's first come first serve. They are a first come first serve company, but the thing is, they're first call first serve. So a lot of these trucks have been here since last night. They spent the night here and they've been waiting, but I guess this is their first time coming because they don't realize that it's the first person that calls, and that's how you get in line. But their phones don't open up until 8 o'clock, and it's still 7:45. I have 3 phones, so I will start calling at 7:58. Last time I did it, I was the second person, even though I was 6th truck in line. They got me in a dot second, so I know that once I start calling, I'll be one of the first couple of trucks to get in the dock, even though I'm the last to arrive. One of the things about being on the road that helps me is my babies. They help keep me from being alone. Here at my shipper waiting to get loaded, and I kind of cheated with this one. It's first come first serve. They are a first come first serve company, but the thing is, they're first call first serve. So a lot of these trucks have been here since last night. They spent the night here and they've been waiting, but I guess this is their first time coming because they don't realize that it's the first person that calls, and that's how you get in line. But their phones don't open up until 8 o'clock, and it's still 7:45. I have 3 phones, so I will start calling at 7:58. Last time I did it, I was the second person, even though I was 6th truck in line. They got me in a dot second, so I know that once I start calling, I'll be one of the first couple of trucks to get in the dock, even though I'm the last to arrive. I said, this company is a first come first call, and I was lucky to be the second person to call, so now I am the second person getting in the door. And it's just that easy. If you ever come to the place called Shampoo in Poole, Georgia, just call. With another video. I'm about to take my dogs for a walk in the dog park at the Loves in New York. I have on all this winter clothing because it is freezing out here. It's about 23 degrees outside. I hope you enjoy the video. Keep watching. I've been sitting for about 7 hours for this one single case of candy, and it's held me up. Haven't been able to reload until a client got with me and told me what to do with this one teeny tiny case. And I want to talk a little about my experience in PSD training at Prom. PSD is a new experience for everyone, and when you first come and get on the truck, you're excited. You're making a major life change. This is a lifestyle. It's not just a career, it's a new way of life. Trucking is completely different from anything you've ever done. And when I started PSD, I put in for a trainer, and on the paperwork they have you fill out questions on a computer, and what the computer does is matches you with the person best fit for your lifestyle. And my questions were catered basically to finding a trainer that had the same goals ideals, even beliefs as men. Unfortunately, the system doesn't always work.